There you go.
Give it a second, it's loading up.
Of course.
Video unavailable.
I do see that it's already streaming on YouTube from my end.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to trust that it's happening, and I'm gonna start recording on here. Oh, so welcome
Awesome.
everybody to the Yin Yang Wolf Pack. We have a very
Right.
special episode. We have the guest Ryan G. He's gonna tell us about his gaming in Costa Rica, which is really fun. He's giving me all this background about, like, you know, how he was going into spirits and stuff, which is cool.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I like to talk about game. I want to talk about how are you talking
Of course.
to girls, how are you,
Of
you know,
course.
in set like that. That's my stuff. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Ryan G, you were where in Costa Rica were you?
So we went to different places. The main two places we went to were San Jose and Yaco.
San
I'm
Jose
probably
is,
pronounced.
but I like to talk about game. San Jose is like the capital, right?
Yes, that's correct. So the moment you arrive in Costa Rica, you have to land in San Jose. And that's where we set up base or main base. And then just went around mostly the western part of the country. Yeah.
Okay. And he said that he went to 3 different bars. One was like almost a brothel because they're just all like a bunch
It
of
was so fucking funny, right? Because I work with spirits and you befriend these spirits and you have pacts with them, etc. They like to challenge you in certain ways. Like, all right, you want to practice game? Cool, motherfucker. Let's see how you handle a completely different situation. Because usually, and I think it's very similar European American-esque, where you tend to like go on hunting in a way. But what if the situation reverses? Now, I'm not used to that. So imagine if you go to a situation where you're the one being hunted by like a pack of very beautiful hyenas and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like so to start off with, I don't speak Spanish that well.
Do you ever go to strip clubs? You're from Netherlands, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I would think it's similar there, no, because like prostitution and stuff is very big in
So
right?
I would say yes. I'm more about prostitutes than strip bars. Tariq, although Tariq is more of the strip bars than the prostitutes. It's like it depends what you're looking for. I just want to get shit done and not give sex a lot of emotional value.
Yeah.
I don't want to be attached to it, right? So it's like it's just a service in and out. And sometimes you make friends with them. You know, it is what it is. Now, when I went to Costa Rica, it was also my first time going to a strip bar, and you'll never guess
So
what's
you've
it
never gone
called.
to a strip club before Costa Rica? Wow.
Before Costa Rica, no. So it was suggested from one of the students, and I figured out, fuck it, we can pay these prices. The entry fee, whatever. So the first night we went to Hakao, or Yako, whatever you want to call it. We partied in like the Yako bar and like the mall and whatever. And then late at night, roughly after midnight, we went to the G spot. And I never gamed in a strip bar before, so I don't know what to expect.
How was that?
So we went 2 nights. The first night was me just observing. We paid the entry fee, went in, and I thought it was gonna be some backwater bullshit, right? That's what I initially thought. Very nice venue initially. So I go in, we pay credit card, whatever.
Describe the venue. Like, was it run down? Was it upscale?
No, it was I would say mid to upscale based on what I see in the local area. Yeah.
What were the girls wearing? Were they all in bikinis, just walking around?
I would say bikini / lingerie.
And then
Like
there's a girl on the stage, on the pole.
Yeah.
And then the rest are walking
So
around.
let's say you and I would walk in, right? You would have like a big ass front part. You had the bouncer who's usually big as fuck. He's cool, whatever. He does his, TSA, whatever shit you would call it in English. And then he goes, and then you go in, you pay, you go to the madam, which is usually the only woman in the suit there. You pay for 3 people, in case you and I would pay for 2 people, and then we just go sit. What I saw was you would have like a podium going down, like a half moon staircase. On my right, you would have like a separate VIP room, a separate VIP room. I saw 2 stories or 2 floors up. One was apparently where you would have the private lap dances, and above you have let's say the extra surface things. See how
Mhm.
this is YouTube, right?
Yeah.
In front of me to the right, you'd have the bar. In the middle, you would have the pole dances where you have two long poles to the ceiling. On the left, you would have different couches, solo couches, benches, and another big ass VIP section where you get to, show off.
Mhm.
You and I decided to walk there. And immediately, in my case, what happened was the fattest bitch went up to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Why are you talking to me?"
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was like, "Why are you talking to me?" I was like, I
What you
almost
wearing?
bikini.
Uh-huh.
So everything was like out there, and she was like, "Oh my
Her ass, I
god."
mean, like, her belly is just like,
Yeah, exactly that. I was like, and Scripps and Wade are just dying of laughter, right? Because I am not comfortable with this.
she at least have like big titties and a big ass.
Yes, thank
Okay.
God, at least that. She smelled nice as well and nice skin. And
Okay.
if she lost like half that
Focus on the
weight, she would.
face and like up, like just this area, you
I'm
know.
just trying to look at, this part, and I just trying to ignore the rest.
Yeah. Okay.
Cause
So what happened?
because although she smelled nice, I was like, I'm not interested at all. Like I'm deliberately just that shoulder rock thing. No, I'm deliberately trying to rock the shoulder towards her because I'm
Uh-huh.
not. And I
Yeah.
gave her, the let's just be friends shoulder tab. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'll see you later, and I'm just walking away because I don't want to fucking deal with it. I'll tell you this much. It was very sobering to be naturally in the position of a DHV where you want me,
Mhm.
I don't want you like at all.
Yeah.
And man, I actually paying big money to have a lap dance from this woman. I'm like, it's no fucking it doesn't compute. I
So
don't get it.
how did you get out of that situation? What did you do?
So it was like a 1 minute situation where I'm being laughed at by Scripps and Wade. And I figured, okay, the best thing I could do is just be stoic, almost pretend I'm Kratos.
Mhm.
It's like imagine Kratos being so saying like, listen, you're cute, maybe next time.
Mhm.
And she immediately understood the message and she fucked up, and I just went and looked for way to submit or Dr. Scripps.
Okay. And
You
so
said
did y'all get a table? Did y'all get a bottle? Did y'all
so
or sit at a
so
what happened?
so we're just trying to scope out the situation, right? Because we don't understand how it works in Costa Rica, and we definitely don't know how it works in that vicinity.
Mhm.
So what we do is we sit next to each other at the bar, we talk shit, and we observe. Because I'm just there to learn.
So you said at the
And
bar?
I just sit at the bar and I'm trying to understand, okay, I can't speak the language that well. I understand some Spanish, but I don't understand the slang. That's one.
Oh
And
yeah.
two, every country has a different slang. And I have my tats out. I'm wearing my Bali outfit with the short white pants and the white button shirt, etc. But it's then open so everybody can see the tattoo, whatever, big beads, etc.
Yeah.
And I'm just observing. And what tends to happen with us is apparently alcohol has a little bit of an effect with us. Me, for some reason, one of my spirits takes over, and I'm somehow tapping into the emotions of these women. Like I'm sensing they're almost tooting them like apart themselves out as they dance, and I almost feel this sorrow. But I'm there to get a lap dance, so I don't care that much about it. But I
Okay.
do feel for it, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For some reason, some radical goes off the scripts and they're talking a lot of shit. I can barely hear anything that's being said, but she's putting her hands on his thighs, etc., playing her game.
Okay, so when you say talking shit, you just mean talking. You don't mean like talking mess or talk or like being
No,
negative.
so what I mean with talking shit, this might be the way I
Shooting the shit.
just shooting the
Hang-
shit is what I mean to say.
Okay.
Shooting
Yeah.
the shit.
Okay.
Cutting the breeze, whatever, just having fun. Kino was being applied from what I observed. She's being touchy, he's being touchy. Also I would like him to choke the bitch at some point. But that's just me. That's
You would
just
like
me.
him to
Hey,
choke her?
yeah,
Why?
yeah. Why? Because
Why?
that's my thing. I love just fucking but that's
Consensual,
just
I
me.
hope.
But you can tell. You can tell.
Okay.
You can tell usually
Like
if you can
that's the
usually so
girl like when she likes that, basically.
Yeah, so this is and you're a dancer too, so you should know that, right? You have like erogenous zones, etc. And the more we allow each other to be touched, the easier sex tends to happen, or sexuality tends to happen, or sexual movement tends to happen. In bachata, let's say you have like this the sexual closeness, in kizomba as well with the crush, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So if I put my thumb on a girl's lips and we kiss and she decides to bite, that's not a big step towards this to slightly applying pressure to her neck,
Gotcha.
etc. If you
Okay.
see what I mean, it's
Yeah.
like that.
Let's get back to okay. So
Back to the story, right?
instead
So
with the
so
girl.
instead with a girl, I'm just observing. They're having it looks like a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the DHVs I managed to see. Like she looks like a good time. Both are like very much leaning into each other.
Mm-hmm.
One dude leaves, he immediately drags a chair next to him. She sits. And I was like, that's smart. I didn't even think of that. That's
So
cool.
who did that? He walked away, grabbed the chair, and then sat
No,
down.
no. So a dude walked away. He left the vicinity clearly. And he grabbed a chair, told her to sit down. I was like, that's cool.
So what
But
he
now
was
I'm
he
like,
or was he
what?
sitting down? Was
He
he?
was still sitting down. So he's seated down.
But it's like
She's
a
in
bar,
front
so
of,
it's kind of a high chair.
yeah, it's like a high chair with the
Some
with the
guy
fucking
leaves. Some guy leaves. He grabs the bar, slides it over, has the girl sit down. So this whole
yeah,
time the girl was standing.
yeah, the whole time the girl was standing.
Okay.
So it already looked like a good time while she was standing. And then she sat down. He bought her another drink and was just talking, etc. Now, the thing about this is, how do you close a stripper? The thing is, when it's forbidden to have your phones out.
Have your what?
Phones out.
Oh, really? You can't like
You,
exchange numbers and stuff like that?
no, you
Gotta go
can't.
old school.
It's
Gotta
like
write it
literally
down.
what?
Write the name on a handkerchief or some shit. Old
So,
school.
but here's the thing, we didn't come prepared. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have a pen on me. Like, how
Yeah.
the fuck was I supposed to know,
Bring a
right?
marker, bro. Put on
Like,
your five
exactly.
one three
Like
six.
lips, like lipstick, etc. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So we're trying to figure that out, right? Like afterwards, etc. And I tend to have a very specific type of girl that I like. Like when it comes to black girls, there's a specific type of girl. When it comes
Mhm.
to Indian girls, etc., etc. And now this, I would say, tanned red bone chick decided to dance, and I really knew, okay, I don't know what I have to pay to get a lap dance from her, but she's the kind of girl I
Mhm.
like genetics, the vibe, and clearly she knows what she's doing when it comes to pole dancing and stripping.
Mhm.
That you can tell she's skilled, and I appreciate that.
Mhm.
It's like she has this too cool for school attitude, and I like that. I
Okay.
like that. And
So
so here's the part where I now have to do my part because Scripps is already walking away, or I would say Scripps girl is already walking away with Scripps upstairs. And now I'm like, well, I
yeah.
have to do something now because now I feel fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Now he's
Right?
already said I gotta do some shit too. Okay. So then what
And
happens
I'm
with
like, okay, cool. So I'm like, cool.
your girl?
This is not the girl that walks up to you. I have to walk up to her. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this. So now you have the goddamn social anxiety because one, I don't know the venue. Scripps is already like steps ahead of me.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't even know if she could speak English. Let's figure this shit out.
Yeah.
So I wait a second, just allow just the anxiety completely take over. And I said, fuck it. And I went. What
Mhm.
felt like an eternity for me, but it might as well have been 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I walk up and I can see that she goes from zoning out to going into character. So I already knew like, okay, I'm
Where
talking
is
with
she at? Is she sitting down? What is it at the bar? Where is she?
she's sitting at the bar, just chilling, relaxing, zoning out,
How
almost
far away?
like so if there's like this chair, it would be like one, two, the third chair, roughly. So there's two chairs in between us.
All right. So are you leaning on the bar? Are you leaning your back to
So I'm leaning kind of like this. So I'm
the back on the
completely
bar?
just trying to relax. On the outside, I'm relaxing. On the
And
inside,
where is she? Is she facing the bar or is she facing out?
he's facing the strip bar because apparently this is almost this competition between the girls. That's clear. That who can get away with the most. Like who can, like, it's almost like a dance battle, and they'll be looking at each other's techniques. Later from the madam, I heard there a lot of these girls train with each other, like how to get more money from dudes, and also how to get fitter,
Yeah.
etc. Have better skincare. So that's cool. I like that. That's fucking
Back to set.
profit. Back to the
do you
set.
do?
So I approach and I immediately see her from zoning out.
Right,
Oh no!
approach what? You walk up to her, you yell out. What
I
do you
walk,
do?
I walk up to her and I just eye contact.
How close?
Like are you?
Like a foot?
So let's say this is the mic, right? Like this is a mic. Fuck, I can't see it.
Yeah.
Let's say arm's length, like roughly to where my fist and fingers meet. This. I'm again using body rocking, etc.
Okay, what do you mean by that? For people that don't know, what is that?
Body rocking. The principle of body rocking is it's almost like you would dance bachata in a way, right? Just music playing, I'm rocking, it's fun, it's not the direct line, I'm just having fun. I just pretend to happen to notice her. And I kind of just lean over myself, like, hey, what's up? Blah blah, you know. And then she fucking
Are you
show.
facing her? Are you shoulder to shoulder? Are you like
I would say it's like a 45-degree angle.
okay?
45-degree angle. It to me it felt weird to do it over my shoulder when she's fucking there.
Okay.
So I felt like more, you know, this area just looking, etc. Okay, what's up? Blah blah.
Okay.
Now, here's where the tricky part comes in. She doesn't know enough English, and I for sure don't know enough Spanish. How the fuck do I play this?
Yeah.
I can't use Google Translate, so I'm fucked. She can't use her phone, and I'm like, how the fuck? And I'm like, I'm in between pulling the plug on this set because I don't know how to play this because I've never had to deal with this level of bullshit. Because when we're outside, I could just use Google Translate, no problem. But here, no Google Translate, my man.
Yeah.
So what are the other things I can do? So if not this, what else? So what's the next best thing? Kino, we're allowed to touch up each other a little bit, fine. And she immediately just went for my tattoo. For some reason, the tattoo was a GSP for her.
That's why you have it. That's
why I have it.
Literally.
So I
That's
do combine like chest hair and tattoo. It's an acquired taste. I don't know why some women like it. I just roll with it. And we immediately realize somewhere in the Kino and us just talking shit and joking around, like we don't know enough of each other's language to really play this game that we're trying to play. And I'm like, okay, cool. How do I go to the next step? Because how the fuck do you even ask a girl, hey, do I have a lap dance? And it's almost like she read my mind, like, hey, I got you. And she walked up with me to the venue. And then the bouncer stopped me, and I was like, what's going on this time? He said, hey, are you going to buy the girl a drink? And it's almost like we were lost in the thoughts of, oh, right. Usually you buy the girl a drink because apparently that's customary.
Okay.
Fine. I buy her a nice tequila shot, buy myself a nice, what did I drink? Like vodka something? I like it. And we walked up, we had fun. Meanwhile, Scripps is directly in the other venue. And I'm seeing how
Scripps is like a room, or is it like a booth, or where do you go
so
to?
So you could see it. It was not even a booth. It's just like you had multiple couches next to each other with like a segregation of more couches.
Okay.
It's I don't know what it did like that, but it did have
like
some sort of a
box room, and then there.
It's like the couches made the box. Okay. It's like how you would have a living room, right? And you have like a certain U form that the couches can make. Like have 3 or 4 of those. That's basically what it was, with like a table for drinks in the middle.
And was there so you could directly see to all the other couches? So
you could see like 75% of what the other were doing, right?
So they like kind
Those
of the walls kind of sort of blocking a little bit.
the couches were the walls,
Oh,
basically.
okay. Okay. Okay.
I
So
don't really understand why they did like that, but there might have been an appeal,
it's
you know,
like the illusion of kind of being separated, but not really.
but
So
not really, right?
yeah, okay. So Scripps is in there with a girl. You walk in with this girl, you bought her a drink,
Right.
and you so where do you sit?
So, well, he kind of just pushes me on the couch. So I'm like,
Nice.
okay, I'm not used to this, right? Not in public, at least. So I'm like, I'm just trying to stay stoic and unimpressed at the same time.
Okay.
Yet I'm really having fun in the answer because I'm like, what's gonna happen? What am I allowed to do here?
Yeah.
So he does her sticks, he grinds on me, etc. And she's forcing me to touch her. And I'm like, she
Really?
takes my hand, like really trying to feel her up and etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes to the point where I'm in between going all out and staying where I'm at. And I'm just I
So
don't know what
what
to
is
do.
all out for you? Like fucking rip her
Oh,
clothes off and shit, or like what do you mean?
well, fucking her with her clothes on, basically,
Oh, oh, just
would
like
be the
grinding
go.
on her and shit. Okay.
Yeah, so it's because uh the condoms are in my bag in the car, which is outside, because I
Uh-huh.
didn't know. I like, how would I know?
Okay.
Like I know I've never visited a strip club before, let alone one in
Wow. How old are
Costa
you?
Rica.
How old are you? I
32,
huh?
32.
Oh, okay. Wow. I don't know. I thought you were like 26 or 7. I feel like by now you should have gone to a strip club. But okay. So your first time at a strip club was in Costa Rica. Cool.
First time, yeah, and they were in a fun way wholesome as well. You could tell that there were people too, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Uh-huh.
So first time, cool. Scripts already went downstairs
So
and
what happened? Like she was just grinding on you and then what?
grinding on you, putting titties in my face. I remember one moment where her nipple poked my eye, which was funny to me.
Nice. Yeah, that is funny.
I don't know, you don't expect it.
Wait, so she took off the bra?
She took off the bra, etc. And I was more so mesmerized by the situation because I was like, how,
Yeah.
where do you have the balls to do this in public like this? People can see you from behind, you
Yeah,
know that,
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's and even though we're technically on the another floor, if you look up, people can see you're behind. And I'm like, and I'm just in between. I
I
have
mean, she's
so
a
many
stripper. She's already
questions.
literally taken off her clothes for money, so it's not that far.
I mean, it's not that far off, right? But I'm like, man, this
It's like
is,
new, so it's like, whoa, you just didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it, and I didn't know what I could get away with.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things I did accidentally was, as we were walking away, before you, well, you have like a spiral stair that goes up and above, right? How stairs work. And she's on stilts. Now, for some reason, I really knew, listen, if this bitch falls and she has a glass in her hand,
Mhm.
there's a bad look
Yeah.
for both of us, for everybody. So I stopped immediately and said, hey, listen, give me the glass, hold my hand,
Mhm.
grab the rails, slowly descend. And because I did that, for some reason, the bouncers, the other strippers, and the people at the bar were suddenly very cool with us
Mhm.
because you can tell the vibe changed.
Yeah.
So the next night we went,
No,
what's up?
okay. So what about the rest of the night? Did you go and sit down with her at the bar again, or what did you do?
Well, no, because she had to go to her another set, so another dance. So we didn't even have time to engage further.
Okay.
And again, these girls are freelancers, so they're there to do business. Like,
Yeah.
it's all
Okay.
fun and games, so we
Was that it?
understand.
Was that it for the night? Yeah, you each had one dance and then y'all left.
We each had one day, and we left because it was already like 4 in the morning or
Oh
something,
shit.
and we had,
Okay.
we had to make choices.
Yeah.
And the next night we went again. We went to the Frog Bar, Orange Bar.
Okay.
Uh,
So tell me, so we have like 8 minutes. I want to hear about the
okay,
one where you said you went to the dance bar. So no, not the hooker one, not the strip club, the actual just
right,
bar, regular people, not bitches paid to, come talk to you. Now it's you just doing your
right,
thing. What happened
right.
there?
So we were G dudes, right? Basically, if you want to use the art of seduction, a rake, a star, and a coquette.
Okay.
the classical form
And
of
you are
coquette.
what?
So
What do you
I
identify?
would consider myself as a rig. I like
So what is
immediate
a rig? Tell
desire.
everybody.
So
Explain.
my definition of a rig is he who moves with desire. It's
Okay.
very clear that what he's there for, that he wants,
Mm-hmm.
but he makes it very elegant, so to
Okay.
speak, like very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's part of play. So like I like to play a little bit of a cat and mouse and see where it happens.
Mm-hmm.
The star would be basically he's on the dance floor, he's there to shine and attract
Yeah.
like whatever groupies, etc. The coquette is hot and cold. Like one moment he's hot, and the moment he doesn't like you, it's cold and immediate subtracts or attracts, whatever. No, what's it called? Removes his attention away from you and onto the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened. So we went there and it was a little bit quiet. Little by little, people start getting in. We're
Describe the
dancing. Have
venue. What is the
the
venue?
venue would be the moment you walk in, you would have like the door area. You would have like couches to the left, couches to the right. To the right, you would have to my right, you would have like a bar with the seats. You'd have mirrors. To the left, you'd have the DJ booth with his own stuff. And to the left, 45 degrees fluffy, you would have more mirrors, more chairs, and then the toilets, so whatever. Uh, a lot of lights, a lot of sounds. Music would be reggaeton combined with dance hall and a hip hop mix.
Okay.
So
So it
kind
wasn't
of
like
this.
dance, like it wasn't like salsa or bachata and stuff like that.
No, not strangely enough, not a lot of those,
Okay.
which was a bit of a disappointment for me
Yeah,
because
that.
that's the perfect moment,
Yeah, yeah.
apply. But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do our research correctly. That's was one of the problems that we
Okay.
just went YOLO. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
went there, Scripps, Wade and I drinking, having fun, talking a lot of, we're shooting the shit.
Uh-huh.
And as we have more fun, we want to go dance, we have fun. More people are piling in, people from Frog Bar and other bars, etc. Because you're clearly like bar hopping everywhere.
Yeah.
Then five Bengali chicks walk in.
Bengali?
Bengali. So that would be so you would have
That's like,
India.
yeah. It's like by
So
India, right? Like to the
it's
east.
by India, so it would be so if you would have India,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have if you were turning towards you and you would have northeast,
Mm-hmm.
right? It would be like the northeast part,
Okay.
as far as I remember.
That's crazy that
So,
on those in Costa Rica.
bro, it's like Scripps and I looking at each other like, how the fuck does that even happen?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so what happens? Five
so what
Ben
happens was I pissed off Wade. I accidentally drank his beer, and he
Okay.
immediately said, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open his girls. Fuck you." And that was a very nice move on Wade. He opens them. He does his stuff. I don't know. I don't because I can't hear what he's saying, but they're clearly having fun with him.
Mm-hmm.
He introduces himself, "Hey, bros, come meet, etc." Me,
Cool.
I'm still having fun because I'm drunk and I'm dancing, and I have to almost use the dance to work through the tipsiness, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to game and be drunk at the same time.
Yeah.
The girls are vibing. One half is talking to Wade, the other half is talking to Scripps. Scripts, as you should do, immediately sits with them, and I feel out who has the best vibes.
Mm-hmm.
The one talking with Wade has a nice vibe, and apparently the eldest sister has the best vibe. So I know what I'm going for. So I immediately, after I danced out, had fun, sat next to the oldest girl who had like a short haircut, and we're just talking like, hey, what's your name? Blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like Bengali too? What's happening, etc. And what Scripps apparently was doing was he's spinning game in a sense of, hey, I'm not Basir Bengali, but I can say Bengali things, etc. And so he's playing it from that angle.
Wait, I don't understand what that means.
So it's very funny when you meet people of your own country in a completely different scenario, right?
Right?
Like, how would you expect people from Bengali in Costa Rica? No. So that's kind of what's happening, right? So he's just playing off of that and leading into the whole spiritual coaching thing. So they're taking videos together or switching Instagrams.
Mm-hmm.
Wade is doing his own thing. Wade is a little bit more away from me, so I can't understand what he's saying, but body language wise, they're leaning towards each other. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What Wade does is he decides a moment where, okay, enough is enough. These girls seem a little bit more interested in the boys because there's clear like an Indian thing going on, and he's a white dude. So he removes himself. That's cool from a coquette's
And it's
perspective.
with you two and then the five girls.
You two, us two and the five girls, which this where the dynamic issues start to come up because I don't know how to play this now because the character is supposed to remove the attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, cool. How do we do this now? I
Mm-hmm.
have to stay in the set. So what's the next step? Yeah, hey, who's that white dude? Yeah, that's one of my boys. Then we explain what we do, etc. Blah blah. I hate using the word student. It's just so demeaning sometimes when one in a set, right? So I say, hey, this one of our boys. We're here to learn spirituality, and he happens to be learning some of our stuff, etc.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Cool, blah blah. And we basically use him as a DSP for us and vice versa. We always just keep increasing the social value of the place, right? But the girls had other plans, so at some point, Scripps managed to get a few of their numbers, Instagram, etc. He kept always closing Instagrams. That was very nice of
Mm-hmm.
Scripps. I was there to constantly socialize and have fun. Socialize, have fun.
Yeah.
Socialize, have fun. What I should have done was always be closing because clearly something we're interested. Should have closed, didn't, because I
Yeah,
didn't
and if
practice
you
it
if you're
beforehand.
gonna be there a couple nights, then I mean, you can invite them out the next night to go wherever.
Exactly. So we didn't, well, I didn't do that. Scripps was smart
You did
enough to
that.
do that.
Did you end up going out with them another night or seeing them?
Scripps managed to do that.
Nice.
But I already had a prior date via Bumble, but that
Okay.
one fell through. You were
Okay.
gonna have like a cafe meeting at her place, etc., and maybe something would have happened, but that didn't work out. So what we decided to is beforehand, like a month beforehand, just set like via Tinder and Bubble, you can have like a travel mode, right?
Mhm.
And uh
Oh, I didn't know that.
just
Oh,
yeah, you could. So when we're going to a location like a month beforehand, just match and just spit game. That's all we do. And
okay.
just
Good idea. So I'm
and
about to go to Miami, so I should do that.
yes, you should. Yes, you should. It just saves a lot of time. So
Okay.
what we decided to do is that in Miami this fall, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the headline. And then you just put your GHVs and then you just move out.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, we're about finished. Let's see. I want to give you kind of my perspective on the whole thing.
Yeah.
One is with the strip club. Since you're just there for that one, small time, like the way we game here in San
I
Jose,
see.
like it's long term, like build value over time, get the
Right.
owner on the side, get the bartender, get everybody to
Yeah.
love you.
There wasn't
But
enough time.
yeah, but if you're doing your type of game, then it definitely needs to be like rapid fire. Like we're
Rapid
going,
fire.
you go set after set after set after set, open
Yeah.
everybody, just go
Yeah.
fuck shit up.
It's
So
the best way to explain this is just be social.
mhm,
Because shit, I had business owners just give away free food and places and stuff. I'm like, just purely just game and making them feel good about themselves. Listen, game isn't just about getting women. Game can also be about handling business or setting up business or making friends, etc. Like you never know how game can help you out.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
it's
it
all
is.
social dynamics.
It's all
And
social dynamics.
for the so do you have like canned material? Do you know like Mr. Method openers, DHVs,
Uh,
eggs, stuff like that?
let's see. Yes and no.
Okay.
Usually what I go off with my whole stick has for the last half a year is always spirituality because
Mhm.
that's what I practice 24/7. So it's very easy for me
Uh-huh.
to talk about that and etc. But if I am to use opened or a canned openers, it's a combination between mystery and Vince Kelvin, like,
Okay.
hey, nice shoes, blah blah. And it's
Yeah.
just within the context of being social.
Mhm.
So social, and then you have different contexts where openers just make sense.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the weather, etc. Like the blackout that we have on the block. Like, hey, how are you surviving without electricity and shit and shit? You know what I'm saying? Do you have like those neon lights? And just almost be lovable idiots when we open.
Mhm.
It's like we're having more fun than everybody while we open. So it wouldn't matter whether we got rejected, even if we got rejected, who cares? We just continue on. continue on. Always, it's always flowing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would, what I would suggest is like learn the mystery material, because
Agreed.
what it does is it gives you ammunition, right? To practice, and like technique, like jujitsu. It's like you learn
I
the
agree.
technique, but just because you know the technique doesn't mean you're gonna fucking do it in a fight. You have to practice it
Yeah.
and practice it and practice it. And then
Over and over and over. Right.
then becomes second nature. Then it's just easy, and then bam, over the shoulder, open this one, merge,
That's
etc.
correct.
So yeah, man. Dude, sounds like you had a really good time, and I'm glad. I'm very
A
happy.
lot of not for safe things, a lot of not for
Not safe for work.
what?
Shit.
Not safe
Yeah,
for work things have happened. Fucking
yeah.
hell.
So
Like
we'll talk about that when we're not live on YouTube.
of
Yeah.
course.
All right, bro. Thank you very much, man. Thanks, Ryan, for hanging out. I'm about to go now to teach at the Warrior Center, so I gotta go now.
Of
So
course.
thank you everybody for tuning in, enjoying, and we'll see you guys next time. Os.
Us.